Hi YouTubers, Rich Kratzer, lawn care on my estate. Sorry for the lighting, but it's in eastern Pennsylvania. It's one of those mornings in late October where it's overcast and we're expecting rain. So I can't help for the lighting. But I did want to make this video because I've did something to my lawn that I never did before. And like I said, I lived here a lot of years. Most of this turf was a field. It was overgrown, and I just took sections from year to year and overseed it, did a lot of weed killing, and try to get some control and try to get some lawn established. But this year I did something different. I said, I really want to make this lawn look, I think one person out there, I won't say their name, have a looky-loo, stop by and really take notice. So in the spring of this year, when the soil temperatures hit 55, after doing a lot of research, I found a company that I could get a pre-emergent down economically, which I'll have a video on. And I sprayed that with the back of my compact tractor. I made a sprayer, which will be another video. And I sprayed 4 acres of a pre-emergent. Then what I did throughout the summer, I should say early spring, is I put a weed and feed down, again, a liquid, because it's just more cost effective on a larger scale. Had very good success and just kind of kept up with the weeds. But come fall, what I did, and I really wanted to go ahead and look at the results, look at 7 days, 14, 21, 28 days. What would happen if I were to do this? So come the first weekend in September, I rented an overseeder, and I rented one for the back of the tractor, which I wish I would have made a video about that, because when I rented that, they said, oh, the tractor's going to be able to handle the weight. I couldn't even lift it off the trailer, it was so big. So I wound up walking this entire lawn. It took me about 12 hours with a overseeder, which is called the Billy Goat, which only has a 21-inch seating width. And I walked back and forth, and I put in 5 different cultivars, 5 different types of grass seeds, which I'll explain in this video what they are and the reason why I chose them. And then I took photos of every week. After I'd mow, like on a Sunday, Monday I would come out here and take a photo of the 2 sides of the front lawn. And I gotta say, the results I'm really, really impressed with. Now, the grass late October starting to go into dormancy. We're getting nights down into the 40s. I think this week they're talking about having a couple nights into the high 30s. We haven't had rain in the last 2 weeks, so the lawn has got some little brown areas where it's going dormant. So even though the lighting's not the greatest, I'm looking forward to the rain. But I want to show you the different photos and how the lawn progressed over, say, from 1 week up to about 5 weeks. And I don't want to give away the results, but I will say this. I cannot wait until next year when I know that this lawn is going to come in fuller, it's going to be greener, it's going to be healthier. And if I follow up with my pre-emergence in the spring, do that again mid to late summer for my fall weeds, I think I'm going to have one of those lawns that some of the top guys on YouTube with their lawn care channels are going to take notice. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you the progress of how the lawn looked over the course of that period of time. This photo was taken the day after I performed the overseeding, the manual overseeding. I did go ahead and reduce the height of the cut on the lawn down to 1.5 inches, which was the lowest setting on the mower. I normally let the grass, or cut the grass at about 2.5 to 2 3/4 inches. This is the left side of the front lawn. This photo was also taken on September the 6th. This is the right side of the front lawn. I mean, the lawn looks good, but you can just tell it looks worn, it looks tired. Definitely need some, you need attention, a little TLC to it. You can see a significant difference in just 8 days after the initial overseeding. The lawn is so much greener. It's already starting to fill in, and this is probably due to the germination of the perennial ryegrass. I'm seeing the same results on the right side of the lawn, again because of the perennial ryegrass germinating, regardless if it's in a sunny or in a shady area. I'm really getting excited with the results I'm seeing so far. Wow! 21 days later, this was taken on September 27th, and the transformation is unbelievable. In fact, for the first time since I've lived here over 18 years, my neighbor came up to me and said, "What did you do to your lawn? It looks incredible." It's now the first week in October. I applied my first application of fertilizer, liquid fertilizer. It's a 20-20-20 blend. I only put 16 ounces per 25 gallons, and I wanted to give it a little boost before winter, or I should say before fall really starts setting in. But what a transformation. I am completely blown away with the results, and if I can give you any suggestions, definitely mow often. Get some control of your weeds, and overseed, overseed, overseed. Just want to show you a real quick before and after shot. This is a shot from the road looking up towards the house. It's the front and side lawn. This was taken over 4th of July weekend. I mean, the grass looks good, but it's definitely thin. It's definitely light in color. And this is how it looks on the first weekend in October. What a transformation. I'm completely blown away and excited for next year. Okay, I promised I was going to share with you at the end of this video what type of grass seed I use to overseed the lawn. So I did a lot of research, and I went to some big box stores that really didn't fit my needs. I went to a local garden center, family-owned garden center, who really helped me pick out this type of seed for my area, which is cool season, and also for my conditions. I don't have natural irrigation. I have, you can see there's sunny parts, there's shady parts of the lawn. So I needed something that was going to be consistent and something that was going to grow under different conditions. So this is what I chose. This is called a sun to shade mixture. It's actually made up of 5 different cultivars. And this is the research I did on the grass seed, and I'll give a little explanation. If this is something that interests you, there's the local garden, family-owned garden center, where it's called Herbines. It's in Emmaus, Pennsylvania. I definitely recommend you check them out. They know their product, and they can definitely help you. But the 5 different blends are, one is a spider tall fescue, and the reason I like this is because it has a lateral spread. So it's not going to clump like a regular fescue or a tall fescue. It's going to help fill in some of those thin areas. It's also tops in density under drought, and its aggressive behavior will actually crowd out other weeds. So as far as fescues, which is great in my area, that's probably one of the premier tall fescues. The next thing the next seed that's actually makes up about 25% of this blend is a perennial ryegrass called Blackstone. And it does very well in medium fertility, fertile soils, even if the soil is acidic, if it's clay, or if it's even loam. It does very well for stabilization of the soil. It does very well in like athletic fields and lawns. And it has the same consistency as far as color and density as the spider tall fescue. So it's a perfect match. About 15% of this blend is made up of a fine fescue called Navigator 2. The reason I picked this is also another type of creeping fescue, which will help fill in some of the thin areas. It does very well in shaded or poorly irrigated areas. and it even does well with inputs from pesticides. It turns dark green. It's improved disease resistance. It's actually particular to dollar spot and red thread, and that's something that I do get in the lawn currently. The fourth blend is a Compass 2 Fine Fescuous. So this is a dark green turf. It's excellent density. It does very well under drought conditions or areas that have reduced irrigation. So I think that that's going to be a great complement. And the last blend that I have, 5%, is it's a bluegrass, but it is by Kelly, Kentucky, and it turns a medium dark green. It works well in other mixtures including bluegrasses, tall fescuous, and perennial rye. It's uniform and dense throughout the entire growing season. So I think the blend that I have is a perfect blend for my conditions. I'm not saying this blend is going to be perfect for everyone, but this is what I used on my overseeding project. So if you found this video informational, or even if you just found it entertaining, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, give me some more encouragement, and I'll continue to post videos. This is Rich Kratzer's Lawn Care on my estate. Thank you.